Good afternoon. This call is number 2022-05089 in the interest of Corbin McBean. Parties, please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Ms. Jasmine Thompson, can you also turn on your video?
There you go. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am. Please state your name and your relationship to the child.
My name is Jasmine Thompson, and I am the mother of Corbin McBean.
All right. Representing the Attorney General, State of Texas.
Luis Regla.
Court will note that the non-custodial parent is Raheem McBean. Mr.
Yes,
McBean
sir.
was personally served on February 11th, 2022 at 9:53 a.m. at 14741 Chapman Woods Crossing, apartment 112 in Houston, Harris County, Texas, and he has not appeared or filed an answer. Is that correct, Mr. Regla?
That's correct, Judge.
We'll proceed by default.
Thank you, Judge. I'll call the mother as the witness.
Okay.
Ma'am, in this case, between yourself and Mr. McBean, the only child that y'all have together is Corbin McBean, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And going forward, you're requesting to be appointed as a joint managing conservator with the father, and the father to have the standard possession order, correct?
Yes.
However, you're requesting for there to be a neutral pickup and drop-off place for your child. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And what is the address for that neutral pickup and drop-off?
The lady didn't give me the address, but I know it's at a Walmart at the Beltway in Humble, Texas. Of Sam Houston.
And are you requesting that your address and phone number be kept confidential?
Yes, sir.
And is that why you're requesting a neutral pickup and drop-off place at that Walmart?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and can you kind of explain to the judge what's happened in the past that your request, your address and phone number be kept confidential from the father in this case?
The reason why I want to keep the address confidential is because if for some reason that it's not his weekend to pick up his child or anything like that, that I don't want him coming to my location to harass me.
Has there been a harassment or domestic violence or threats in the past?
It has been harassment before, yes.
Okay, give the judge an example. What's the last thing that happened when the father harassed you? When was it?
The last time he harassed me, Corbin was a little bit younger, but it was a debate about him getting his child. It's basically meeting up for him to get his child. He wanted his child when he wanted him, and we didn't have an agreement for a certain time.
What did he tell you?
Okay, ma'am. That sounds to me like an argument. You had an argument with him. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, that wasn't harassment. He wasn't following you or chasing you or going, around or doing any type of harassment of you or the child?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so, you just don't want him to know where you live. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You're not afraid that if he knows where you live, that he's going to harass you or anything like that. Is that correct?
As of right now, no, I'm not afraid as of right now.
All right, so I'm going to deny that portion of it, Mr. Regla.
Yes, Judge. Yes, Judge. I'll modify that. We don't have proof today, ma'am, as to the father's income, correct?
Correct.
Okay. As far as you know, this is the only child that he has, correct?
Correct.
And right now, there is no kind of private health insurance through an employer or any
No,
other.
sir.
Okay. And so going forward, you're requesting for you to be able to continue to apply for Medicaid for your child. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Is your child already on Medicaid?
Yes, sir.
And you agree with the state that the court should order the father to pay a guideline medical support of $56 a month based on that minimum wage?
Yes, sir.
And you agree with the state that therefore guideline child support of 20% for just the one child would result in current child support of $220 a month to begin February 1st, 2023. Would you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
And you're not requesting any kind of retroactive child support against this man, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And do you believe today's court order would be in the best interest of your child?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and so with the change to the draft of the order removing non-disclosure, are you then asking the court to go ahead and grant today's order with that change?
Yes, sir.
And Judge, I'll pass this witness.
All right, the court will approve the order. Non-disclosure is denied.
Thank you, Judge.
Please submit a new order, please.
Yes, Judge. Miss, I'm going to place you into a wait room so we can have the draft change while you wait, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Are you handling the cold case, Mr. Regla?
Yes, Judge. Miss Chiquidra Cole, can you press *6 to unmute yourself, please?
This call is number 2021-11511 in the interest of Malaya Cole. All parties and witnesses, please raise your right hand to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right, so, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Jaquidra Cole, and I'm Malaya Cole's mother.
All right, and representing the Attorney General, State of Texas.
Luis Regla.
Court will note that Shannon Rashad Ward is a non-custodial parent that he was personally served on June 8, 2022 at 1500.
Hello?
Yes, Judge, sorry about that. My screen froze for a second. Just hang for a second, Ms. Cole.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Regla, are you there?
Yes, Judge. I think the screen froze for just a second, but we're back.
Okay, court will note that the non-custodial parent Shannon Rashad Ward is not present. He was personally served on July 8th, 2022 at 7:26 p.m. at 15004 Crosswinds Drive, apartment 5104 in Houston, Harris County, Texas.
No answer has been filed, Judge. No appearance.
Okay, no answer and no appearance. Is that correct, Mr. Regla?
Yes, Judge.
All right, we'll proceed by default.
Thank you, Judge. I'll call the mother as the witness.
Okay.
And between yourself and the father in this case, you have just a one child, Malaya Cole, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And have you ever been married?
No, sir.
Have you ever alleged anyone else other than this man could possibly be the father of Malaya?
No, sir.
And in fact, is Mr. Shannon Ward the true biological father of Malaya?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And going forward, are you requesting to be appointed as joint managing conservator with the father, and for you to have the right to determine the child's residence within Harris and surrounding counties?
Yeah.
Okay. For the possession and access, however, you are requesting a modified schedule of visits to start off with. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Does the child actually know this man as her father?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have they've met before?
Yes, sir. He's been around in her life, and he was like from like when he got out of incarcerated when she was like 6 months, to when she was like 2, and then he just don't. When it was time for him to get her, he don't come through.
Okay. And so going forward, can you kind of tell the judge why it is that you're asking for this modified schedule of visits before the father can get the regular schedule of first, third, and fifth weekend?
Yes, sir.
What can you explain to the judge why that is, though?
Because I just feel as if that he should get her more often so they can have a better bond than what it is.
When's the last time that he saw her?
When she was like 2,
Okay, and how old is she today then?
she's 6 going on 7.
So it's been several years, of course, right?
Correct.
Okay, and so you would like to try to develop some kind of bond there and trust before you can get the standard possession schedule?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's why you're asking for the 12 supervised visits, Saturday afternoons, from 1 to 5, first, third, and fifth Saturday, to first be supervised by you or someone you pick. Is that right?
Correct.
If you get through those 12, then to have 12 no longer supervised Saturday afternoons, 12 all-day visits, and then 12 overnights before the dad can get to the regular schedule of visits. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you feel it's in the best interest of your child to first have these modified visits so that you can develop that bond and she can get to know him, since it's been so many years since she's seen him.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And for as far as today goes, we don't know what kind of money this man is making. Is that right?
No, that's right. Correct.
Okay. We don't have any kind of proof of his income. Correct?
Correct.
But we do know that this is his only child, as far as we know of, through a court order or otherwise. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is there any kind of private health insurance in place for Malia?
No, she just get Medicaid.
Okay. So the guideline child support in this case would be 20% based on minimum wage. Would you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
And you already said your child's already on Medicaid. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You agree with the state that the court should order the father to pay $57 a month for that Medicaid cash medical support beginning February 1st, 2023?
Yes, sir.
And then for guideline child support based on minimum wage for the one child would be $219 per month, also to begin February 1st, 2023.
Yes, sir.
And you're requesting retroactive support, correct?
Yes, sir.
Going back to 4 years to February 1st, 2019 through today's court date?
Which
Yes,
would be
sir.
$10,512 to be paid at the rate of $105 a month beginning February 1st, 2023. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right.
And did you let him know when you were pregnant that you were going to have the child together?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so since she was born, for sure, he's known about the baby. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
He hasn't given you any kind of money during that time frame.
Correct.
Okay, and do you believe today's court order is in the best interest of Malia?
Yes, sir.
And you're asking the court to grant today's default order. Is that right?
Correct.
The Judge El Paso witness.
All right. The court will approve the order submitted. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, ma'am. You can hang up now. Have a nice day, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, Ms. Sharma, are you dealing with the Washington children?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are these people on,
Yes, Judge. It's under Lillian Gonzalez. That's the mother. Miss Gonzalez, can you unmute yourself and turn your camera on?
Okay, I'm sorry, my children are in the living room. Okay, yes, ma'am.
all right, this is call number 2022-29500 in the interest of Anaya, Dante, and Davion Washington. Raise your right hand to be sworn, ma'am. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to these children.
Lillian Gonzalez. I'm the mother of excuse me, Davion Washington, Dante Washington, and Anaya Washington.
And representing the Attorney General, State of Texas.
Kavita Sharma.
Court will note that the non-custodial parent is Dominique Washington. Mr. Washington was personally served on June 16, 2022 at 2:30 p.m. at 1200 Baker Street in Houston, Harris County, Texas. And he was given further notice of this Zoom hearing by certified mail return receipt requested. That was delivered on December 12, 2022, and he has not filed an answer or made an appearance. Is that correct, Ms. Sharma?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
We'll proceed by default.
Yes, Judge, I would like to call Miss Lillian Gonzalez. Miss Gonzalez, how many children are we here for today?
3.
And those 3 children are who's the father of the 3 children? I'm sorry.
Dominique Washington.
And did Mr. Washington on occasion sign the birth certificate or acknowledgement of paternity on the children?
Yes.
And are you currently married?
No.
Is there any possibility that another person could be the father of any of these children?
No.
And are you asking the court to name Mr. Washington as the biological father of all 3 children?
Yes.
And where is Mr. Washington today?
I am not sure. I haven't spoke to him since 2019.
And do you believe that he has an established relationship with the children?
I believe that not since we've broken up. No relationship. I did try to. It was during a jail phone conversation. I tried to get him to speak to the children. I asked. He said he didn't want to, and I just haven't reached back out to him nor accepted any of his calls, and he hasn't reached out to me.
And that was in 2019?
Yes, ma'am.
And he was in jail during that time, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
To your knowledge, is he still incarcerated?
I don't believe he is.
Okay. And you're asking the court to appoint you as sole managing conservator of the children, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And why do you believe that you should be sole managing conservator of the children?
I am, I'm really afraid that he's going to hurt the children and me as well. That's why I distanced myself from him in 2018. He has a mental health issue that the court ordered. They deemed he had a mental health issue. And so before then, he has tried to choke me. He has pulled a knife out on me. And then I left in 2018 and I cut all ties because I was afraid that I was going to eventually get hurt. And I don't think that he's stable mentally.
Do you believe that if he has access to the children, that could cause them harm, abuse, or harassment or injury?
I really do, yeah.
And as far as you know, has he spent time in TDCJ for any crimes he's committed against you or other people?
Against other people, he had a charge. It said like with a deadly weapon from the paperwork that I saw.
Okay. And what year was he in jail?
He was in jail for a couple years. I'm not exactly sure when the deadly weapon charge came about, but I did read the order for the mental health, and that was 2022. He's been in jail almost every year after we broken up, before we broken up and afterwards.
Okay. And he has no type of relationship with any of the children since 2019, 2018 is what you're saying, correct?
Yes, 2018.
So you're asking the court based on that information to appoint you as sole managing conservator and not to have any visits with the children at this time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, hold on, Sharon. It looks like there was a First Amendment petition filed. Was he given a copy of that?
Yes, Judge, he was. It was in in that notice that we sent to him. Let me see if I can pull that up for you, Judge. It was delivered to him, Your Honor, on December 12th, 2022.
That looks like there's a notice of court date. Was the amended petition included in that?
Sure, let me pull that up.
And Miss Lillian, you have not seen him in over 2 years?
I haven't seen him since 2018. And then we had the conversation through the jail. But it was very brief. I wanted to see if he wanted to talk to his children. He said he didn't, and then I just cut off all contact.
So you, for the preceding 2 years, you really haven't, there hasn't been any family violence or history of it. Is that correct?
No, sir.
You know-
I separated and he's been incarcerated.
And this initially was filed in 2022, so you haven't seen him in almost 3 years, 4 years, 4 years, is that it?
Yeah.
All right, Ms. Sharma, what do you think?
Judge, I
That a
think,
family violence occurred, history of or pattern of family violence within 2 years preceding the filing of the suit.
correct, Judge. I can make that amendment to that
Well,
language
yeah,
that she is
we're going to
asking.
recess so we can establish first of all that he was served with the
The
amended
petition.
petition, and also there is no history of family violence within the last 2 years. So
Okay,
I'm going to recess until you can get that together, and then let me know when you're ready.
yes, Judge, I will.